What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have Ill Nino. Yes, indeed. How about that? Ill Nino making their debut on the channel.
Hey, wait a minute.
Is it Ill Nino or Ill Nino? There's no sign above the second N there, so it says El Nino, so I guess we'll go with that. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Frank Canini, and it was also the winner of the Premier Tier Patreon Request Prioritization Poll, winning with 53% of the vote, moving up from number 920 in the queue, straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. They all want to see me react to this. It is, I guess it's El Nino. We'll go with that. Ill Nino with a tune called This Is War.
Wait until you see it. See what? What a man can do to another man.
Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, hold it, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Vakken TV. Okay, that ought to be interesting. And the video has 429,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Okay, there is. Okay, so it is Ill Nino. Okay, I wish I had that in the title for some reason. I didn't have it. So it is Ill Nino. All right, full show, live at Vakken Open Air 2015. It is a full show. Frank asked me to start at 8:18, which is exactly where we're at, and I'm supposed to stop at 12:32. Yeah, that's where I'm supposed to stop. Now, sometimes I hit the mark, sometimes I don't. I guess we'll just wait and see what happens here. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Ah, there we go. Okay. Was that track they had at the beginning then? Because all of a sudden the instruments came in and they got louder, like noticeably louder. I wonder what the deal is there. It's gotta be track. Okay. So that intro is track. It's gotta be. Because you can hear a clear difference when the drums kick in versus what the drums were that were being used in the track. There's a clear volume difference. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm sitting here scratching my head going, don't tell me you got another video that's, you know, low in volume. I don't know if I could take another one. It's just the track that's low. let's pause. I like the direction of the band. I like this mix. You got like a total, metal style, which I'm digging, mixed with Latin influence, with a little bit of Latin flavor with the with the percussionist. I like it. It's a really nice blend. It's not. I've seen bands do stuff like this before, and they put too much emphasis on the Latin feel. They put too much emphasis on the Latin flavor, and as a result, the metal side ends up suffering. I'm not a fan of when that happens. This band's got the right idea. It's dominantly a metal band mixed with a little bit of a Latin flavor. That's cool. I like that. So I like the direction of the band. Guitars are thick. They're crunchy. Maybe just a little bit too thick. It is sounding a little muddy. Maybe that's what they're going for. Maybe they're going for that on purpose. I don't know. Maybe the guys working the soundboard for FOH, maybe they're, not quite zeroed in with their sound. I don't know, but the guitars do sound a little bit muddy. The percussionist is coming through clear as day. He's not getting buried. I like that. You can hear the bass. Got a little bit of a bass rattle in the strings. I like that. Kind of Korn-ish type of tone to it a little bit. I like it. The drumming is tight. The drumming is, I'm going to be honest with you, the drumming is one of the most impressive things about, there's two things that are impressing me right now. The drummer is definitely one of them. Some really nice fills. Really, really nice fills. The vocalist, gotta say, I'm impressed with him. He's doing it all. He's doing the grit and growl, he's doing the melodic singing, and he's doing all points in between. I've heard 3 different styles of grit and growl from him. Some that are just pure grit and growl, some that are just pure guttural grit and growl, and some that have melodic undertone to it. And then I hear in the clean vocals, the melodic singing, I hear purely clean vocal, and I also hear clean vocal with a little bit of gravel in it. So I'm hearing like 5 different vocal styles from this one guy, and he's switching it up on the fly. He doesn't have to sit there and brace himself for it now. He's able to switch mid-phrase, which is, guys, I hate to say it, it's not easy to do. And he's pulling it off really well. So I got to give him credit and let him know, man, I'm pretty impressed with what I'm hearing from his vocals. Let's keep going. I like that. Crowd interaction, good. Ha ha. Okay, I can hear it. Da, 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 da. I like that. That's Subdivision. $12.32. There it is. All right. At least I hit the mark. Not really a lot to talk about, if I'm being honest. I've already talked about everything I want to discuss during the course of the reaction. So I guess during the review, I'm just going to hit some bullet points, bing, bop, boop, and we're going to have a quick review. That's the plan. Now, you know me, and that doesn't always happen. So I don't know. I'll have to wait and see what happens here. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Ill Nino. Ill Nino. I don't have the sign above the N, unfortunately. I don't have that on my title, but it is Ill Nino with a song called This Is War. This was a request from Frank Canini, and it was also the winner of the Premier Tier Patreon Request Prioritization Poll, winning with 53% of the vote, moving it from number 920 in the queue straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. Okay. I have a feeling this is going to be a short review. It's nothing against Ill Nino. It's just, I've already talked about everything I was going to discuss during the course of the reaction. So I'm going to hit some bullet points, just refresh everybody's memory about what I talked about. And this is probably going to be a short review. Now, having said that, y'all know me, and you know sometimes I will go off on a tangent, so no promises. But I'm going to try to keep it short.
Yeah, right.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.7. Yep, 7.7. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 7.7. What does that mean? Well, a 7.7 would translate to a really good skill rating, so I think, believe it or not, this is a really good song. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. So there you go. 7.7, really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Okay, the song itself. I think it's a good song. I think it's, if I'm being honest, I think the songwriting, I think the song is a pretty good song. I would put the song itself at about 6.8, 6.9, somewhere in there. So, because in all honesty, folks, it's not a very impressive song. It's a very straight ahead song. From a chordal progression standpoint, melodic line standpoint, the construction of the song as a whole, it makes perfect sense. Everything, it all sounds good. But I'm not going to sit here and say that anything when it came to the songwriting is all that impressive. No, overall, I think the song itself is pretty good. So how did we get to a 7.7? Well, there's a number of factors, and it's not just the live show. If I'm being honest, the guitar playing, it was a little muddy. And that's not because of what he was playing, it's because of the tone. The guitar tone that he had, it was a little too thick, I think.
I'm dummy thick.
It did kind of muddy up the sound a little bit, unfortunately. Now, you mix that in with the level of this video. The video quality, the audio quality of this video, I'm going to be honest with you folks, it wasn't the best. It was a little on the soft side. Now, it wasn't as bad as my last reaction I did for that YouTube video for Exit. You could barely hear the song in that video. And it's not because of me, guys. My volumes are maxed. They are all at 100%. So it's not me, okay? You go back and watch the reactions prior to that. This is my 8th video of the day. Go watch, well, if you want to watch the YouTube one, but watch the other 6 videos before the YouTube video. You're going to see the volumes come through loud and clear. So and I don't touch anything. Once I got my level set, I don't touch them. So I can't raise them any higher than 100%, guys. I'm not a miracle worker. It was louder than the YouTube video, thankfully, but it was still on the softer side. So maybe if it was louder, maybe I could have heard it better. I don't know, but the guitar tone did sound a little muddy to me. The bass I could hear the nice bass rattle in the strings, kind of like Fiddly from from Korn. It had a little bit of that rattle to it, which was nice. I like the direction of the band, and I like the mix between metal and Latin flavor. I like the mix. Sometimes with these kind of bands that try to incorporate Latin flavor, the Latin flavor becomes the dominant sound, and the metal becomes like an afterthought. I hate it when that happens. Guys, come on, it's a metal band. It's supposed to be a metal band with a little bit of Latin flavor to it. These guys get that. They absolutely understand that. You could hear the bongos, you could hear the Latin flavor, but it wasn't dominating like we've heard other bands do. Not going to mention any names. A couple of them have been on this channel. If I'm being honest, that was one of the more impressive aspects for me, was the fact that they get it. They understand the balance and they make the balance work. That's number one. The second most impressive thing to me was the drumming. This drummer is tight. Oh my goodness gracious. His double kick to the snare patterns that he would come. I mean, it was double kick like 3 double kick to snare, 3 double kick to snare. It was, man, it was tight, dude. Oh my God, it was ridiculous. Almost to the point of, not quite, but almost to the point of sounding artificial. Like it almost sounded robotic, but it wasn't. it was all him. But it was fantastic to hear that. It was impressive. His drumming was impressive. I'll give credit where credit's due. The other thing that was really impressive to me were the vocals. Now, what he sang wasn't necessarily all that impressive, but how he sang it absolutely was. I heard 3 different types of grit and growl and 2 different types of melodic singing, all within the span of 4 minutes, without taking away from each other and without burying each other and without becoming too much of a focus on one. It was very even across the board. You heard the deep guttural grit and growl. You heard a nice tight grit and growl, and then you heard a grit and growl with melodic undertone. So there you cover 3 different types of melodic style, of grit and growl style, along with melodic, pure melodic singing, clean melodic singing, and melodic singing with some gravel in it. Not to be confused with grit and growl with melodic undertones. No. This was melodic singing with a little bit of grit, a little bit of gravel. So you heard 5 different vocal styles, and he would switch mid-phrase from style to style. Not overdoing on any particular one, just having a nice blend between them all. That's not easy to do, especially in a live setting. So gotta give it to him. That was impressive. On top of that, a really nice live show. Let's go down the checklist, shall we? Stage presence, check. Yeah, it was there, without question. Stage energy, oh yeah. A lot of movement around the stage. That was nice. Stage interaction, I'm gonna give it a check. There were a few times where like the lead vocalist would lean in with the guitar player, or lean in with the bass player, or the bass player would lean in with the guitar player. So I'll give it the check. And they also would interact with the drummer as well. So I will give that the check for stage interaction. Crowd interaction, yep, we had a bunch actually. Not just the lead singer either. It was the guitar players and the bassist all interacting with the crowd, pouring into the crowd, leering into the crowd, doing anything they could to engage the crowd. So yeah, big check there. Showmanship, I'm gonna give it a check. Yeah, they put on a really good live show overall. Production, listen, you're playing at a festival, you're kind of at the mercy, unless you're the headliners, which I don't think they were. You're kind of at the mercy of what the festival gives you when it comes to production. So, you know, no crowd, no smoke, no pyro, nothing like that. But they had a pretty good light show. I don't know if I would be enough to give it a check, though. I don't think so. But that's okay. The important thing is the main 5 got checked. Production's always just kind of bonus points. They don't really need it. So, but they got the other 5 checked. So, yeah, between the vocalist, the drumming, the merge and the blend of styles, and a nice live show, we were able to take a song that I think honestly was pretty good and bump it up into the high really good. So good job, guys, way to go. So that song coming up with a score of 7.7. I feel good with that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We got 7.7, which is a really good scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.